You know, this really has been an exciting month, and I just wanted to take a second and congratulate Trijicon on the recent release of the new Trijicon RMR HD. Look, say what you will, but Trijicon invented the micro red dot game. They led the way in innovation when they created the RMR like, 14 years ago? They stuck to what they knew no matter what consumers wanted, let alone what the rest of the industry was doing. Never really changing their product or their pricing because, why would they? People still bought them. Here we are though, and Trijicon once again just knocks it out of the park. Once again, Trijicon innovates in the world of pistol-mounted red dots. I'm not kidding, this new RMR HD, it's exciting. Imagine a red dot that has an externally accessible battery. I mean, where do they come up with this stuff? And multiple reticles? Damn it, Trijicon, here I am living in 2023, and there you are up in 2035, just waving back at the rest of us like the absolute bosses that you are. I bet the next thing you're going to tell us is that someday, if we're lucky, we may actually have the option of different colors with a pistol-mounted optic. I don't know, maybe something like green? Seriously though, you guys out there can see how ridiculous this is, right? Trijicon really did used to be a leader in innovation. At some point they realized that they didn't need to do anything past reproducing the same old product. Not only would people still buy it a decade later, but they would still pay a premium price for it. Look, I think the RMR is a great product, but to be perfectly honest, the shit is starting to feel like a bit of a cult. Trijicon just copied what the rest of the industry has been doing for like the last 4 years, and people are talking about how amazing and incredible and innovative the new RMRs are. I don't think you can find a company in 2023 that produces a pistol-mounted optic that you have to actually remove to change the battery, except for the original RMR. Now, I brought that up multiple occasions, and the tone of people's responses is just nuts. Well, that's just stupid. The RMR has the best battery life out there. It doesn't even need a top or side loading battery. Never mind that the old RMR as well as the new one both get half the battery life as the average that's out on the market right now. You just aren't allowed to bring these things up. People don't want to talk about it. The battery's mounted below the optic because it's duty rated. It's about durability. It's about having an optic that can handle the abuse. You can't get that kind of rugged durability out of a top or side loader. These are all very common explanations as to why everybody else is using these external designs and Trijicon isn't. Never mind how common it is that screws get damaged or stripped when you're trying to take them out, no matter what kind of thread locker you use. Never mind that you have to reestablish zero every time you change your battery. No, everyone always has an excuse as to why the RMR is the greatest thing ever created, worth twice what it costs, and how every other feature that's available on the market is nothing but a gimmick. I can't tell you how many shitty comments that I've read in the last couple of years from people talking about how the multi-reticles other companies are offering are useless and a gimmick. They serve no purpose. A single dot is all you need. Otherwise, you need to learn how to shoot. And look at that, Trijicon just added multi-reticles to their new optic. Nearly everything that RMR fans have been saying that you don't need just got added to the new RMR HD, like 4 years after everybody else in the market has been doing it. Still no shake awake though. I guess Trijicon needs to see it working on everybody else's optic just a little bit longer before they decide to copy it and add it to the RMR. And I know there's a lot of people really upset that anybody dare bring up the bullshittery that Trijicon is pulling on people. I can see you out there just itching to get in the comment section and leave a little something about how, purchasing an optic from this company or that company is just putting money in the hands of the CCP. Unless you can go through your house and find 0 items made in China, that argument is invalid. That phone you're using right now to watch this video is probably made in Korea. Your TV, your microwave, your dishwasher, pretty much any electronic that you own, these companies buy bulk electronic components from China. Things like transistors, circuit boards, LEDs. China's the #1 manufacturer for most of this stuff. The sad reality is that the world really does run on cheap Chinese labor. That's just how it is. If your stance is that you will not buy an optic that's made in China, because you don't want your money going to the Chinese. Well, then you better sell just about everything you own and go live in the hills and just be a hermit in a cave. Because otherwise, your money is going to Chinese companies, ergo the Chinese government. Now, Trijicon, they do make a hell of a product. They have for a very long time. They aren't the only name in the game, though. The fact is, though, Trigicon's been taking people's money for years and refusing to innovate past that product that they made like over a decade ago. And you know what? That's fine. The rest of the industry, though, they have moved forward and they've made all those innovations that have basically forced a situation where Trigicon had to turn around and copy the rest of the industry with their new RMR. Then they slapped an $850 MSRP on it and acted like they changed the game. Now, I'm not even saying go buy a HoloSun. I'm really not. I think at this point, there are a lot of companies that make good quality optics that can suit your personal needs. Not only that, but they can do it at a price that really does make sense. That just really leaves the issue of durability. Now, if you think the RMR can't fail, I gotta tell you, you're dead ass wrong. Yes, they are super durable, but they're not the only ones out there that can handle that same level of abuse or similar to it. You can find all kinds of instances of people putting different optics through torture tests that survive at similar levels to the RMR. My take is this. Trigicon opened the doors to a product that has pretty much become an industry standard. Now, I appreciate that. I do. I just wish that they had continued to push and innovate past the product that they originally made. But they didn't. Their newest edition, the RMR HD, it is just a copy of what everybody else is making, except with a higher price tag. I don't see any reason to buy one. Actually, buying that new RMR just confirms to Trigicon that that business model works. You can go ahead and keep selling that same product year after year at the highest possible price, and people just keep buying it. You can let everyone else do the legwork of innovation, and then years later, you can go ahead and copy it and bump the price up. So sure, the RMR has a reputation for durability. It's not the only one on the market that can survive a drop test. It is, however, the most expensive optic on the market that can survive a drop test. Sure, Trigicon's got a bunch of military contracts. But guess what? The military's been exploring other options for years for the exact same reason that I'm not going to buy another RMR. It's dated tech by a company that refuses to adjust its price no matter how old it is. And you know what? This is America. That's just fine. If you want to buy an RMR, buy an RMR. Just know that there are other options on the market. Now, I'm using a few different HoloSuns on some of my guns, and a lot of you turn your nose up to that. That's fine. HoloSun had all these new features that the RMR has a long time ago. You know who else did? Leupold with the Delta Point Pro that I have here on my Staccato. Hell, I'd rather give them my money than I would Trigicon at this point. I mean, yeah, the Delta Point Pro could use a serious upgrade, but at least they've been using shake awake and externally accessible batteries for quite some time now. I'm also testing out this competition optic here from C&H Precision. I'll leave a link down below for you guys for that. I'm not quite done with the testing on that, but so far it's doing really well. All I'm saying is that if all you're going to do is buy the RMR, you aren't helping advance red dots at all. All you're doing is telling Trigicon that it's okay to charge a premium for a product year after year and never change it, letting other companies do the innovation. Look, you can love it, you can hate it, whatever. Explore your options and use whatever you think is best. Just know that the options, they're not as limited as they once were. You know what, guys? That's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you.